Throughout history, all cultures across the world have developed epic traditions centered around heroic heroes. Oftentimes, these were figures who stood at the edge between myth and reality. In this video, we are going to take a closer look at 5 major heroes across 5 different cultures. Some of these heroes are probably well known to you, while others might be new. We will learn that despite the enormous geographic and temporal distances between them, epic heroes display striking thematic similarities, as well as rich and telling differences. So, without wasting any more time, let's start with the first hero. He is one everyone knows, thanks to his huge presence in pop culture today. Achilles. We will explore how much today's image of Achilles matches the way he was originally described in ancient stories. In Homer's Iliad, Achilles is known as the greatest warrior of the Greek army. He is a son of the sea goddess named Thetis and a mortal king named Peleus. Almost unbeatable in battle, Achilles is famous not just for his strength, but also for his pride and strong emotions. His narrative arc is driven not merely by the external conflict of the Trojan War, but also by an internal crisis of honor, wrath, and grief. You see, the Greek epics, and especially the Iliad, are preoccupied with the concept of kleos. Now, the main goal behind kleos is for a person to achieve glory and fame, but not just any kind of fame. Kleos is the ultimate fame. Achieving kleos meant that even after death, people would remember and talk about you forever. The ancient Greeks described it as an immortal fame earned through great deeds, especially in battle. And it is of course this that Achilles is after. He knows his destiny. He has been given the choice between a long, unremarkable but happy life or to die young and be remembered forever. His choice of the latter reflects a culture that saw human life as fleeting and the pursuit of legacy as a form of resistance against oblivion. His rage and eventual reconciliation, particularly in the Iliad's closing lines, illustrate a sophisticated understanding of heroism as both triumph and tragedy. Long before Homer and Achilles, in the ancient city of Uruk, the Sumerians composed the epic of Gilgamesh, widely regarded as the earliest known literary work. Gilgamesh, possibly a historical king mythologized into a semi-divine figure, is introduced as a tyrant whose unrestrained power demands divine intervention. The gods sent Enkidu, a wild man they fashioned from clay, to challenge Gilgamesh. When the two meet, they clash in a fierce battle where neither of them can defeat the other. Eventually, their rivalry turns into mutual respect and a powerful friendship. Together they embark on heroic quests, including the slaying of Humbaba, the monstrous guardian of the cedar forest, and the killing of the bull of heaven. But ultimately, the defiance of the gods comes at a cost. As punishment for their arrogance, the gods sent this Enkidu to die. His slow, painful death devastates Gilgamesh and marks a turning point in the story. The focus transforms from adventure to a deep search for meaning, grief, and the fear of mortality. Enkidu's death becomes the emotional and philosophical heart of the epic, pushing Gilgamesh to seek out the secret of eternal life. He sets out on a futile quest to search for immortality. During this quest, he encounters wisdom figures, cosmic symbols, and ultimately he is faced with the irrevocable truth of human mortality. The Mesopotamian hero's journey is markedly introspective. Unlike Achilles, Gilgamesh does not die in battle, but lives on after confronting the limits of his existence. His story reflects a civilization deeply aware of the fragility of life and the impermanence of human achievement. Perhaps a reflection of the unpredictable and unstable early Tigris-Euphrates world in which the first civilizations emerged. Moving to early medieval Europe, the epic Beowulf stands at the convergence of Germanic warrior beliefs and emerging Christian morality. Composed in Old English sometime between the 8th and 11th century, the poem recounts the life of Beowulf, a Geatish hero who comes to the aid of the Danes, battling the monster Grendel, Grendel's mother, and later a dragon. Beowulf's first feats in his youth are those of unmatched physical bravery. He defeats Grendel barehanded, relying on strength and courage rather than weaponry. His actions earn him fame and treasure, but also respect. His heroism is as much about leadership as combat. Unlike Achilles or Gilgamesh, Beowulf is not driven by personal vengeance or existential dread. His heroism is rooted in service to his king, his people, and later as a ruler to his kingdom. Yet his final battle, a death match against a dragon, is tinged with fatalism. He wins but dies from his wounds, and his people fear the coming instability after his death. The Beowulf poet, likely a Christian monk writing about pagan times, imbues the tale with moral reflection. Beowulf's death is both noble and tragic, a meditation on the cost of heroism and the impermanence of even the greatest deeds. The poem's closing lines do not dwell on victory, but on legacy. From the Indian epic tradition comes Rama, the central figure of Valmiki's Ramayana. Composed in Sanskrit around the 5th to 4th centuries BCE, Rama is no ordinary hero. He is the 7th avatar of Vishnu, the cosmic preserver, yet the epic focuses less on divine miracles and more on moral tests. Rama is celebrated not for overwhelming strength, but for his unwavering commitment to dharma, the ethical and cosmic law that governs right action. The Ramayana tells of Rama's exile, the abduction of his wife Sita by the demon king Ravana, her rescue with the aid of allies such as Hanuman, and their eventual return to Ayodhya. But Rama's challenges do not end with triumph. In one of the epic's most debated episodes, he demands Sita to undergo a trial by fire to prove her purity. Though she passes, rumors persist among his subjects, leading Rama to banish her while she is pregnant with his children. This act, painful yet politically calculated, illustrates the tension between personal love and public duty, a recurring theme in Indian epic literature. Rama becomes not just a warrior, but the archetype of the ideal king, Rajarshi, a ruler who places cosmic order and social harmony above all else, even his own happiness. Rama's status as both divine and deeply human makes his story profoundly ambivalent. His virtue elevates him, but it also isolates him. The Ramayana remains a living text in South and Southeast Asia, where Rama's morals and decisions continue to inspire devotion and provoke debate. In stark contrast to the solemn kings and righteous warriors above stands Sun Wukong, the monkey king introduced in the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West. Sun Wukong offers a radically different take on heroism, one grounded in irreverence, transformation, and enlightenment. Born from a stone egg on a mountain of flowers and fruit, Sun Wukong teaches himself martial arts, magic, and immortality techniques. His power grows so immense that he storms heaven itself, defeats celestial armies, and declares himself the great sage equal to heaven. The gods, unable to control him, imprison him beneath a mountain for 500 years. His eventual release comes not as a reward, but as a trial. He is chosen to protect the Buddhist monk Huanzang on a pilgrimage to India, a journey filled with monsters, temptations, and moral tests. Over time, Sun Wukong evolves. Though still mischievous and proud, he gradually learns restraint, compassion, and spiritual discipline. What distinguishes Sun Wukong from other epic heroes is his arc from chaos to harmony. His tale reflects key elements of Chinese cosmology, for example, Taoist immortality practices, Buddhist karma and redemption, and Confucian loyalty. His signature weapon, the Ruyi Yinggu Bang, a staff that can change size at will, embodies the flexibility and adaptability that define his character. Today, Sun Wukong's appeal endures, not because he is flawless, but because he transforms. He represents the possibility that even the most unruly spirit can attain wisdom. In the end, these 5 heroes, Achilles, Gilgamesh, Beowulf, Rama, and Sun Wukong, each embody the heroic ideal of their respective civilizations. They are all beings who stand at the threshold of human and divine, embodying traits their cultures valued. For example, physical strength, moral clarity, spiritual growth, or existential wisdom. At the same time, their differences are telling. The Greeks valorized fame and individuality. The Mesopotamians pondered mortality. The Anglo-Saxons honored duty and loyalty. The Indians idealized cosmic balance, and the Chinese explored transformation through discipline and redemption. Together, these epics suggest that while heroism is a near universal impulse in literature, its form is profoundly shaped by the spiritual, social, and political landscapes in which it is imagined. In studying these figures, we are not only encountering great stories, we are also learning how different civilizations grappled with what it means to live, to struggle, and to be remembered.